Every single woman has a side to her that is sensual, wild, expressive, liberated, and deeply confident and magnetic. And you have this side to yourself as well. The unfortunate thing is that society has always taught women that being sexual and seductive is too much, that it's unladylike. And since an early age, we have been taught to hide this natural aspect of ourselves. What most women don't realize is that this is one of the main reasons why they feel so disconnected from themselves and their body. And that's because they're hiding the part of themselves that bring out their inner power, their inner force, their inner fiery, bold, and magnetic energy. I'm going to be showing you how to unapologetically bring out your true inner seductiveness and confidence through your sensual energy, aka through your dark feminine energy. Because girl, I want you to own your sexy. I want you to know that being seductive is being sacred. Allowing yourself to be sexy and to indulge in pleasure should not be looked at as something you're ashamed of or something that is trashy. Being sexy should be embraced because it's just another way of connecting deeper with yourself and your body. I want you to think of being seductive as it being classy, as it being attractive, because it is. No matter how society wants to label it, this is something that should be fully embraced. And that is exactly where we're going to start. Let's talk about sex. Because if I'm being honest with you, I was never taught anything about sex growing up. I don't think any of us were. Intimacy and seduction was always a forbidden topic. It was something that you don't talk about. It was something that you don't hear about or see about. It was something to be embarrassed of or be secretive about. Yet, it's such a normal aspect of human reproduction. It's a complete normal aspect of being a human being in general. Just like eating and breathing is completely normal, so is this wild side of yourself. So for this reason, I want to bring you awareness of the power source that lives within you. A power source that once awakened will leave you feeling unstoppable and fully embodied in yourself. I want you to fully unleash this side of you. I want you to see what you're truly all about. And let me make this clear that this isn't just a surface level video on how to look sexy and pretend to be confident. This is deeper than that. This is about being comfortable in your own skin and owning that side of yourself that has been forbidden. And let me just say a quick disclaimer. You are entitled to express yourself sexually in whichever way you want. We are all grown here. However, if you are doing this in a way that is not actually aligned with you or that doesn't actually make you feel good, then I highly recommend evaluating what your sexual expression looks like. Think about what sexual expression means to you. And if not, if you don't know where to start, if you don't know what that is, then simply follow the steps I share with you in this video. Just please keep in mind that one of the most important things about this entire topic is that you feel comfortable with yourself, that you respect yourself, and that you feel safe within yourself. This is not about being the wildest or most attention-grabbing person in the room. This is about you and how you feel at an intimate and sensual level. I want you to remember that it's okay to feel good. Pleasure is supposed to be pleasurable. It's meant to be enjoyed. It's meant to be fun, and it should be experienced without holding back, without the shame. Once you're able to fully accept this side of yourself, your confidence will literally skyrocket. Because here is what you may not be aware of, and is that your sexual energy is also your creative energy. Your sexual energy is how you fuel your ideas. It's how you tap into your artistic side. It's also the root of how confident you feel and what you attract towards you. And if you still don't think that activating your sensual energy is that important, then just think about the magic of the womb. The womb alone is a portal. You are literally a creator, a manifester. I mean, you literally create life. And if that isn't powerful and magical, then I don't know what is. If you feel stuck or you have a hard time coming up with ideas or being creative and you feel like you're the type of person who doesn't just come up with things, it's more than likely because your creative energy is blocked, which is also tied to your sexual energy. But even more than that, because I'm telling you that this can go so deep, your sexual energy is the current through which your life force charges itself. And if you don't know what that is, your life force is simply your spark in life. It's how alive and connected you feel to life. What I would like for you to understand is this: when you connect with your sexual energy, even outside of intimacy with a partner, because it's not just about that, you awaken that fiery, magnetic, limitless, and alive side of yourself. And the more you embody your dark feminine side, the more you shed the shame, the fears, the insecurities that others have forced you to believe as your own. And instead, you become more self-assured, you become more grounded and more powerful within yourself. And this is exactly how your dark feminine energy is going to play a part in all of this. This is why it's important in awakening and embodying your sensuality. It's because your dark feminine energy deals with exactly this. Your dark side is your shadow side. It's the untamed parts of ourselves. It's the parts that society tries to suppress, or that we suppress because of society. Dark feminine energy is all about embodying more of your confident, magnetic, mysterious, assertive self. And not in a negative way. It's just about embracing that wilder side that you have, because we all have this wild side to us, and it's okay. And okay, now for the part that you've probably been waiting for after all the yapping that I did. Here are 8 tips on how to embody and own your inner seductress. Tip number 1 is going to be to spend time seducing yourself while looking at yourself in the mirror. And hear me out, because I know this is going to feel intimidating. It's going to feel weird at first, but this is going to be such a powerful way to unlock your inner power and your inner confidence. You have to at least give it a try. It's also a really great way to make yourself feel seen by yourself, to feel accepted by yourself. Because here's the thing, here's the trick, here's the psychology behind staring at yourself in the eyes in the mirror. They say that the eyes are the windows to the soul, and I genuinely believe this. I think that there's a reason why people feel so intimidated by eye contact. And it's because it makes people feel seen. It makes them feel vulnerable. And a lot of people don't like that. But you don't have to feel weird because you're being seen by your own self. You should actually feel the opposite. And I say should with emphasis. So take the time to admire your own beauty. Take the time to stare into your eyes and your features. Notice the way in which your hair falls. Notice the way in which your mouth curves when you smile. Notice the color of your eyes. Notice the shape of your eyes. Look at your lips and your nose just as they are and accept them for how they are. Better yet, I challenge you to stare in front of the mirror without anything on, and do everything I just mentioned, but with your entire body. And I know you're probably even cringing at the thought of it. If you're anything like me, you probably even feel a little embarrassed by doing this. Because believe it or not, there was certainly a time where I couldn't even stand to look at myself in the mirror. And that's how disconnected I was from my body and myself. My self-esteem was so low that I would literally look at myself in the mirror and feel nothing. If anything, I probably just felt disgust. And that's so crazy to say now, but through this type of practices, specifically admiring myself in the mirror, I was able to overcome this. I started to appreciate and accept my body as it is. So it does take a little bit of practice, and there is a trick to it. The trick is that you don't focus on your insecurities. Instead, you focus on admiring your body. You focus on complimenting it. You focus on exciting yourself. Tip numero 2, which is probably my favorite way of turning on that inner wild, lioness, sexy side to myself, is dancing. It is through music. I know that you've probably heard that music carries a certain frequency, that it carries energy, and it truly does, because think about it. When you listen to sad songs, you get sad. When you listen to happy music, you feel happy and uplifted. And you can do the same with listening to music that turns you on, that brings out that side of you that is seductive, that feels sexy, that feels womanly. And I'll put a list of songs and artists here for you to listen to that can help you activate this inner seductiveness in you. If this isn't something you already do or have tried, I highly recommend you start making part of your daily routine is dancing to music, but not just moving your body to move it. I mean, feel it in all of you, in your bones, in your blood, in every inch of you. Allow the music to guide you and dance like no one's watching. You want to specifically use hip movements. You want to move in circular motions, move around. You want to practice low movements as well. So instead of just being rigid, unless that's what naturally you feel called to do, but practice low movements through your body in a sensual way, because sensuality is normally a bit more slow. It's more, like seductive. Like, girl, let me just tell you that shaking your behind, there's truly some healing in that, okay? It's not just the same, but you truly do release trauma when you shake your body as well. This is the other benefit to dancing. And if those things don't do it for you, maybe you just need to join a class. There are specific classes that you can go to that are meant to activate your sensual side, like heels classes. And if I'm being honest with you, I've been dying to go to one. I just haven't made the time. I haven't prioritized it, but it's definitely on my bucket list. Okay, but if you really want to spice this up, and maybe you felt this coming, the one thing that you have to try while dancing is to dance in a skirt or a dress, or better yet, without any clothing on. Oh girl, you are about to activate a whole side to yourself you don't even know exists within you. And if you're down for it, record yourself. But again, this is a free judgment zone. This is not about how bad you looked doing that movement or that thing. This is not about, let me try and perfect this. This is about embodiment. It is about releasing the fear, the shame. Tip número 3 is going to be the clothing and the makeup that you wear. I want you to get to know your body type. I want you to wear clothing that make you feel comfortable and sexy. When you wear dresses, jeans, or certain shirts, pay attention to how it complements your body. Pay attention to what looks good and what doesn't look good on you. Pay attention to the colors that bring your eyes out the most or your skin color out the most. But most importantly, pay attention to how comfortable you feel in those type of clothes. Do you feel like you can walk in a room and own it because of what you're wearing? Because you know you look good? Or would you walk in there constantly pulling on your shirt, constantly pulling it down or pulling it up and feeling like it's too tight or not hugging you in the right places? That is what you want to pay attention to so that you can know what type of clothing you should wear. For example, I personally do not like to wear too many bodycon dresses that are too tight around my waist because I have a little fupa, and I mentioned this in my other video, and I don't like the way that it pokes out when I wear certain dresses. So I like more flowy dresses, because when I wear flowy dresses, I'm not so concerned about how much my stomach is poking out. And same thing with your makeup. Try something different. Try something bold for once. This isn't something that you have to completely adapt to or always do, but try using maybe darker colors or eyeliner. And if you're someone who wears and likes more natural makeup like I do, then try working around with that. See what you can do differently. Maybe you can add your own little beauty mark with your eyeliner this time, just to play around and see what other side of yourself you can bring out. Wear makeup that enhances your natural beauty, not just what's trending or what somebody else is doing. And you want to apply the same concept to your makeup as well. Pay attention to what you like and don't like. I personally don't like to wear blush that is too obvious or too bright, like red colors or pink colors. My best friend absolutely loves this, and she tried it on me, and she loves to try it on me, and I'm like, no, we are not doing that on my skin tone. I don't feel like it flatters me. I don't like how I feel with it, so I don't wear it. I'm really about to put you out of your comfort zone with tip number 4, and that is to practice being seductive in public. Yes, you heard me right. I want you to get used to walking intentionally, walking seductively, swinging your hips left to right a little bit when you walk. I want you to be mindful of your posture when you're out and about, when you're sitting down or walking, keeping your back straight. I want you to hold eye contact as you're having conversation with people. Look them dead in the eyes and don't shy down, or at least try to. And I want you to smile more. I think that there's always something charismatic about a woman that is smiling, that is welcoming and inviting. And something that is, for me, cultural, this is just something that we do in the Dominican culture, is that when we're having a conversation with someone, we tend to naturally touch that person. It's like, let's say that we're sitting face to face and we're having a conversation. I might just put my hand on your hand or on your shoulder and just I don't know, it's like a touching thing. It's the same way how we greet people. We greet them with a kiss and a hug, but you can also use this to be seductive. So I will say, Use this carefully. Choose who you're going to do it with, because a lot of people do take this as flirting. So if you want that person to know you're flirting, something you can do is that as they're talking to you, you lay your hand on theirs, or you touch them, or you slightly, you're just going to brush against them and gently touch them. But overall, being seductive in public is simply about owning your presence and being mindful of your presence, of how you walk in the room, of how you carry conversation, of how you feel as you're out and about. Or you're the type of person to sort of shy down, to not want to be noticed? Is it because you're out and about in your sweats? So maybe you need to change that and start going out more put together and walk around like you own the damn street, the damn world, the damn everything, because you do. Number 5 is going to be to play around with smells. I want you to start embodying more of that sexy womanly energy through the perfume that you wear, through the oils that you put on your body. Instead of going for the floral, girly, soft smells, try something a little bit more seductive and sexy and bolder. Even if you're somebody that uses hair serum, go for the warmer smells rather than like the fruity smells. And most importantly, and I just have to put it on here, take care of your hygiene. Keep up with your pH balance. Make sure that you're shaving even if you're not going to be seeing someone. I created the habit that I shave even when I'm not going to be intimate, even just for myself. And in my opinion, I feel so confident. I feel so good after I take a deep cleansing bath, the type where you exfoliate, you shave, you have the nice smells, and you come out and you put your lotions on, your oils on, and you feel just unstoppable. You feel all buttered up. So just think of ways that you can enhance and add to your seductiveness through smells. Oh, number 6. Oh, are you ready? Are you ready? Okay. Number 6 is to explore your own body. It is to make love to yourself. And remember that we are all grown in here, okay? I don't want to hear in the comments about how this is too much and come on. This is about activating that inner part of you that is just unleashed, that inner part of you that is dying to come out, and that is delicious and that you should be enjoying, because why not? Basically, what this tip is all about is giving yourself the love making of your dreams. You know how as women, we always imagine our first time to go a certain way. We either imagine candles and flowers and how they're going to take their time and do this and do that, like all the romantic, beautiful things that we imagined our first time would have been like. I want you to do that with yourself. And I am being so serious, because this is something that I've personally done, and once in a while I will do it again. Of course, it takes a little bit more energy and time to do this, but it's so worth it, because more than just receiving pleasure, you are establishing a whole deeper connection with yourself when you do this. You have to look at your body as an altar. You have to look at it as something that you need to respect, as something that you need to connect with and spend time with. So yes, relax, take a deep breath. We're gonna set the scene. You're going to light up some candles, get some flowers. You can use toys or not. It's up to you and your mood, your vibe. And you're going to dive into yourself in a way you haven't before. But most importantly, what I want you to do through this entire practice is to take your time exploring your body, feeling on yourself, caressing yourself, teasing yourself. There's no rush here. See what you like and don't like. See what excites you the most and what may not. See what feels good and what doesn't. Find your likes and dislikes. See what your spots are and what they're not, what turns you off, what turns you on. And here's the secret. Here's the thing about this. The more comfortable, the more safe that you feel within yourself as you practice self-pleasure, as you feel comfortable with yourself and your body, the more comfortable, the more safe, the more open you'll be with a partner, which in turn makes sex more pleasurable, because at that point, you've already had the confidence within yourself. You already feel good and without any boundaries or limitations within yourself. So give this a try, because you might just impress and surprise yourself. Which leads me to tip numero 7, okay? And this is to voice yourself while you're being intimate with other people. I feel like women tend to not speak up about what they like and don't like more often than we realize. And I used to be one of those women too. I would never voice myself and tell that person how I wanted them to perform things on me, or what I didn't like, or go more that way and not less that way. And for the longest, I thought that I was the problem, because I wasn't lubricating enough. And I thought I was broken. I thought it was me. And this entire time, it was them, because they weren't doing the things that were actually turning me on. So how is my body supposed to react to what I don't like until I started voicing myself. And I don't care who it is now. I don't care if we just met. I don't care if we've been dating for a while. I am going to tell you how I want things done. And I'll do it even in the moment, specifically in the moment. But if you feel more comfortable expressing yourself after the fact or before the fact, then do that. But it is so, so important that you voice yourself in what you like or what you want to be done to you. If you want longer foreplay, then express that. If they're down in the pond and they're just doing all sorts of things and not focusing on the thing that you want them to focus on, tell them that. Don't hold back and be direct. This is also part of dark feminine energy. She is assertive and she sets boundaries even in sex. I mean, I kid you not, the first guy to ever listen to what I had to say and actually do the things that I wanted done to me, I noticed a massive change in how wet I was, how turned on I was, and how much more pleasurable and enjoyable the whole experience was. And not everybody likes the same things. So it's important to communicate with your partner. And they shouldn't take this offensively. They shouldn't think that just because you're pointing out certain things means that they're not good at what they're doing. They should know that it's just what's going to bring you the most pleasure. It's actually a win-win situation. Like, yes, please tell me how I can please you even more. Girl, I am telling you, this is going to make such a big difference. Like, it's going to make a bigger difference than you even realize. This is probably what is going wrong for you right now. If you feel like you don't really enjoy sex, or if you feel like you're not really present, which is my next point. You need to get out of your head while being intimate. You need to get out of your head and into your body. What happens is that a lot of times we're thinking about 1,000 other things. We're thinking about if they actually like what they're doing, if we like what we're doing. We start overthinking about how we look in that moment or in that position. And instead, you should be focusing on your senses. Tune in to your body, to what is happening, to the feeling, to the touches, to the kisses, to the licking, to the wetness, all of it. And every time you feel yourself slipping out of the present moment, tune yourself back in. Okay, last but certainly not least, this is tip number 8, which is your mindset and giving yourself permission. And I know I've sprinkled some of this all across this video, but you need to start changing your mindset about how you feel about your body and about sex. You need to let go of any and all shame, fears, judgment, and stories that you've been told about how you can express, enjoy, or embody your sensual energy. And if this is something that you really struggle with, or you have some trauma around your sexual energy, your sensual energy, then a great tip to heal it and to overcome this is by sitting with it. Sit with the bad experience that you had. Sit with the shame that you have about whatever experience. Maybe there are certain people that you've been intimate with that you regret. And girl, so the fuck what? Like, they don't have to count. They were never a body if you don't want them to. But on a serious note, you need to be able to forgive, and most importantly, you need to be able to release all of this baggage. Because what you may not be aware of is that this is energetically blocking you from fully experiencing your sensual bliss. And if you believe in this type of stuff, it is also blocking your sacral chakra from fully flowing. Once you're able to sit with all of this and start releasing all of that baggage, you can also start rebuilding an intimate, healthy relationship with yourself. And my love, give yourself the permission to feel sexy, to be seductive, to be bold, wild, or whatever you feel needs to awaken within you. Let it all be. Let yourself indulge. Again, without judgment. You can think of your sensuality like a blooming flower. The more you tend to it, the more you're patient with it, the wider it will open and the more beautiful it will become. And this is why the practices that I mentioned in this video, like the sensual movement, breath work, self-pleasure rituals, are so, so important, because they're going to help you feel more radiant and more powerful than you ever have before. And just remember, this is about tapping more into your inner lioness. This is about unleashing all of those parts of you that you have been keeping deep, deep down within. And as long as you're doing it in a safe, fun, and pleasurable and aligned way, it doesn't matter. Go beyond the limits. Now, I'm really curious to know, which one of these tips are you going to be trying, or which one of these tips were you intimidated by? Remember that this is a safe zone and I'm here for you. Okay, my love, if you enjoyed this video, I think that you're going to enjoy this one even more. In this video, I dive into even more tips on how to activate your sensuality in more detail. I will also link the video down below in the description box if you want to watch it. Okay, my love, until the next one, mwah, see ya!